It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig. You decide when you lose, not other people. And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. If you like common sense, hit that thumbs up button and, of course, the subscribe button. And join us Monday through Friday live at 11 a.m. Central Time. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollers.locals.com. What's going on, everybody? Hi. Craig. Happy Monday to you. Hey, you ready for a great week? Did you have a good weekend? You did? Good. Good to see you. Hi, Blabs. How are you?
Can I blow your mind now?
Yes. Well, no, wait, not my mind. Wait till Flash gets in.
The world's mind.
Don't you want to blow Flash's mind?
Yeah. I want to blow everybody's mind.
Sounds good. Flash, ready to have your mind blown?
Okay, I discovered this fact yesterday, that the lead singer of Toto is Joseph.
All right, sounds good.
I don't even know who Toto is.
No, you have to listen to this. The lead singer of the band Toto, you know, I Set the Rains Down in Africa and all that.
Oh.
It was also the adult singer of Simba in the original Lion King, is also John Williams' kid.
Wow.
Listen, Craig. John Williams' kid is Toto.
I don't know what the hell you just said.
Come
what are you talking about?
on!
You mean
Toto
it wasn't
from-
Matthew Broderick singing?
No! Isn't that weird?
It's crazy.
That's
Sounded just like him. I can't believe it.
Oh, hold on, Blabs. Okay, guys, pardon me just for a second. Okay, here's the thing. Before we went live, Blabs was like, "Are you ready for me to blow your mind?" I'm like, "No, save it. Save it for the show." She's like, I can't believe this is a thing. I can't believe it. You're not going to believe it. So here we are, 2 minutes and 30 seconds into a Monday. And here's Blabs trying to be all proud of herself.
Listen, even Desiree's in the chat and she's like, yeah, it's freaking cool. If you're a music nerd like I am, you'll be like... I also found other useless information, like Steve Irwin's kid used to date Heath Ledger's niece.
Some rando asshat on the internet is mad that I don't know Toto because of their one song.
Yeah, that's like,
That's his real name, though. That's why I had to say. That's a funny name.
I'm still blown.
They have, like,
Addie
one
sung the Gummy Bears.
Do they have any
Yes!
other hits besides the Africa song?
I have no idea.
Can they listen? Can these people? Can they even sing the Africa song in 2024? That's the bigger question.
Sure, it's kind of racist. Yeah, they're all white. I bet.
Yeah, the best South African's a white man, Elon Musk.
He's
Awkward.
African American. It's crazy.
Happy Black History Month, Elon.
Well, here we are. Hey, great to see everybody. Welcome on out. Glad you joined us today. Got in early. The early crew is in, ready to go. We're gonna have a great show this week. Great show the entire week. We've got Flash on today. We got so much to talk about today. We're gonna get into Twitch and all their problems that they're having, getting banned in countries, getting fined in other countries. We're gonna get into Gemini, and it's just absolute evil intentions. It's crazy. Wow. And today, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Today is a big day. Mark it on the calendar. Today, February 26th, 2024. Today, the first ever sponsorship here on Side Scrollers. Let's go! It's a big day, and we're gonna need you guys to support our sponsor today more than ever before. And by ever before, I mean, set
Go buy it.
Go buy it. That's right. It's gonna be good. So it's gonna be really important. And it comes from within the community, which is the most important thing to this whole thing. So we're going to get into that. We're also going to talk about, Final Fantasy VII, which should be fun. They're after Tifa.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Flash is here. He really wants to talk movies. We're going to get into movies here in a little bit, talking Demon Slayer. We got some updates on the Switch 2. And if we get to it, I came across this story today in my retro gaming, classic gaming world, which just absolutely blows my mind way more than the Toto from Africa guy will ever blow your mind. It's crazy. And I also have another example of just how stupid executives are. We're going to get into that here in a little bit, man. I can't wait to talk about that. But first, I'd like to remind you guys, we are live over at rumble.com/sidescrollers. Join us over there. Hit the follow button. Nearly 6,000 wonderful friends over there joining us. Also, we have an X account where you can find us. You can find out who's going to be on the show every single day. You could have found out Flash is going to be on the show. You could have found out. You could already know.
Yeah, you would have known.
Yeah, dummies.
Stupid.
You're so stupid. Hit the follow button. Also, we have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
We do. I don't know why I'm doing the X go and give it to you, but yeah, follow us over there for memes and clips and all that stuff. I run it, so say hi.
Sounds good. We also have an audio version of the show. If you don't look at our stupid faces, you can find us on Spotify, Audible, whatever you want to find us on. We also, most importantly, have a locals page. This is the place we want you guys. This is like our home base. We're going to be hanging out over there. Locals at sidescrollers.locals.com. There's a link down in the description. We want 10 of you, just 10. That is our goal every day. 10 of you to come over and join us over there so we can continue to grow. It's free to join. It's free. If you want to support over there, even better, but it's free. And you can find videos like Blabs reacting to 90s cartoon themes, which was really, really fun to do the other day. This is what the thumbnail looks like over there. Look at that. Look at that, Blabs. You know,
Ducks.
Look at that. Lots of ducks, lots of
Mallards.
mallard humor. Yes, which was good. So find us over there at sidescrollers.locals.com. Currently sitting at 320 of you over there. We'd love to hit 330 today. Where you can find that Blabs Reacts video. If you don't, you can hang it out over here on YouTube and join the 67,300 subscribers. Our goal is always 500 likes. And of course, our goal is always 25 memberships for the day. Can we hit it? Yes, we can. Let's stink and go. Today, I will continue my journey, getting back at it after a few days off over at Donkey Kong Country 2 over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel. Really enjoying that. It's super fun. A lot of people say it's the best Donkey Kong Country. I don't know about that, but it's maybe the best of the original trilogy. We'll see, because I haven't played the third one yet. We'll get to that later. Tomorrow, we'll be joined by Melonie Mac and Chris Gore for the first time from Film Threads. Looking forward to having Chris on. Going to be really great. And also on Wednesday, we will be joined by Eric July, which should be super fun. He's a first-time guest as well. So we got a lot of great guests coming up this week. Really, really good. Looking forward to having all the good stuff we have going on. Right, Blabs?
Right. We have
Right.
other people coming up too, but I won't say just yet. Just tune in tomorrow and you'll find out.
Mo came in and says, Flash, come on, man. Popular Toto song? Hold the line.
Yeah.
See, my musical ignorance made you some money.
I'll tell you. Hey, thanks, Flash. Appreciate that. Hey, you used a word there that a lot of people use it as an insult, but they don't realize, like you said, my ignorance, my musical ignorance. People use that like as an insult. All ignorance means is that you just have a lack of knowledge in a subject. And I think that's really great of you, Flash, to use that word. I think we need to make the word ignorant a little more accepting. You say, yeah, that's really ignorant of you. It just means you're dumb.
Thank
right,
you.
Blabs?
Thanks.
See, Blabs is really ignorant of 90s culture and 80s stuff. That's right. Hey, thanks, Blabs. Hey, Tomac came in with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Tomac. Says, are you guys going to pick up Dune Monkey Trap? I mean, Popcorn Bucket? I saw that Ryan Kennel from Geeks and Gamers and RK Outpost picked up his Dune Popcorn Bucket.
Yeah,
Picked up a butt.
it looks gross. Looks like a monster's vagina.
That's oddly specific. I thought it more looked like a butthole, but that's fine.
Butthole with fangs, you know? I'm just saying. Probably don't want to be sticking my hand in that. Just throwing it out there. And apparently,
It's not something I want to grab like food out of for sure.
well, let's pull up a picture of that thing really quick.
Okay.
This is important that we talk about this. This is the hot item here. And here's the thing about this popcorn bucket is when they give you the popcorn, they give it in a separate container as to not butter up the inside of the collector's edition popcorn bucket. Asking the question, what is the point of the popcorn bucket? I don't understand why we would need that. Tomac, to answer your question, no, I have no idea how. No, I have no intentions of picking up that.
It's a butthole.
Is that right, Blabs?
Yeah.
A dune starfish.
Honestly, it just looks like a discount version of the Sarlacc pit in Return of the Jedi. I'm just saying.
Apparently, Dune 2 is really good, though.
I
That's what
hear.
I hear.
Yeah.
I have no interest. I didn't even see the first one.
I'm gonna watch the first one this week and then see the new one.
Craig like movies with sand in them, so he'll go watch it.
It's true. I do. I do like sand movies. Corey Lee says Toto did the entire soundtrack to David Lynch's Dune, which was probably the best part about the movie. Well, look, my musical ignorance is showing here. I love music, but I didn't know that. I think that's great. Corey, thank you very much for the heads up on that. That's
So
great.
you don't think that Toto is literally John Williams' kid? You don't think that's awesome? It's like
John
keeping the
John
film.
Williams, like the composer?
Yes!
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's not like mind blowing.
We're like 10 minutes and you've just discovered it. That's what I was saying.
It sounded like you went. Toto is the wah 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 wah. That's what it sounded like.
What am I,
because you were so
Snoopy's
excited.
teacher?
That was kind of the idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just said a bunch of words, and I was like, okay, sounds good.
Shut up, bitch!
I have to say to you.
Did you just Rocky me? Did you just rock me so hard? What? Don't you do that to me. Ridiculous. Elson says, can we touch on how Asmongold reacted to why Melonie got banned from Twitch and how his community blasted him over his comments over his bad take? I did not. Okay, I stepped away from the internet over the weekend. Did this happen? Did he talk about?
Melonie got banned, but I don't know anything. I'm waiting to hear
She
from
got banned
her tomorrow.
from Twitch. She wasn't. I don't even think she was still using it. She got banned for hate speech. Probably
No,
because
I think she simultaneously streams on it, just not exclusive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know she was still using it. I've abandoned Twitch, as I'm sure you have now.
Yeah, we have.
Like most people, it's just not a very friendly platform.
No. Well, so Asmongold went on and he talked about Melonie getting banned from Twitch. Let's see if we can find that video real quick. That'd be interesting to take a look at. Kind of go off the rails a little bit early. Yeah, I did not hear that, but I did know Melonie got banned. I didn't know that Asmongold reacted to it. So David came in and says, Craig, how does your soul survive streaming every day of the week? David, I wake up with bells on every day that I get to do this show. I feel so fucking lucky to be able to do this show. So thank you. Appreciate that. Kyle says, I see Zelda in the title. Speaking of Zelda, I met a brunette chick named Zelda in LA yesterday. I had a feeling she was related to Robin Williams. I asked. I was right. It was awesome.
No,
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, Zelda Williams.
Yeah, that's her. That's his daughter.
Yeah.
That's
Named
named
cool.
after Princess Zelda.
I always liked the name Zelda.
Kyle, just for the record, she'd probably hate you if she knew
Yeah.
anything. The worthy one came in and says, hey, Craig, for a while now, I've been on a fitness journey, and your catchphrase has been one of my biggest motivations. You got a goal, go get it. Real talk. Thanks for that, bro. Hey, worthy one, great job, man. Keep going. Keep kicking that ass, and go get it, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. I've had many people come up to me and say the exact same thing, man. You just got to go after it. Just got to start. And I'm excited, man. I'm in the middle of one too, man. I'm doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, walk-in, getting out, running, cutting off 10, 12 pounds, man. 10, 12, 13 pounds now. Feeling pretty good. So, Emperor Nero.
The chat is mad at Asmongold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Did you find the video, Labs?
Yeah,
Apparently,
it's in
he
the private
defended
chat.
Hassan Piker, I guess.
I didn't know if we wanted to do it today or tomorrow with Melonie, but we also have Chris Gore on tomorrow, so your call.
Okay. Yeah, we do have Chris on tomorrow. Well, I'll tell you, let's do you want to take a look at this real quick before we really dig into this? Because we got a lot to talk about today, but yeah, listen, this involves somebody on the show. I haven't seen anything about this. We can watch this in like time and a half speed to see what he has to say. So it goes pretty quick. You guys want to check this out? Any interest?
Sure. Let's watch it.
Okay, cool. Before we do that, Big Top says, hey, yo, Becky Lynch did homage with her outfit to Razor Ramon at the Elimination Chamber this past weekend. Nice. Oh, that's cool. Hey, yo, love to see that, Big Top. Appreciate that. All right, let's see what was going on with this and see what the reaction to this was. Let's see. Twitch banned her for saying homosexuality is a sin. Here we go.
Girl, I guess I should talk about this. This girl got suspended on Twitch. This was Hinge. No. We'll listen to what she says.
That sin is not an identity, and LGBT is not an identity. It's not real. It is all sin that goes against God's design. So society has called this sin an identity to normalize it. Andrew Roth, thank you so much. 10 gifted kick stubs. Thank you. But yeah, the concept of sexualities isn't real. There is what God designed, which is a husband and a wife, and then there's sin. That is it. The whole notion and concept of, oh, everybody has different sexualities, that was designed to normalize sin. And that's also a slippery slope because of pervs out there who I have to be careful with.
The implication of what she's saying is that if you're okay with gay people, then some people that are pedophiles will try to touch kids. That's what she's saying. We know the slippery slope. We know exactly what she's implying. That's what she's saying.
How I phrase things because.
So real quick, she's being very careful about what she says, but Asmongold doesn't fear anything, to be clear. Which I guess when you're a power player on Twitch, you can make assumptions like that. So let's go continue.
Of social media censorship, YouTube censorship. But just think about it. People can, whenever this whole idea
doesn't
of,
bother me, I'll say it.
Sexualities, well, that's a big umbrella term, and people can apply that to.
What are you talking about? People get mad at me? Look this up. This is an extremely common line of argumentation. This is extremely, extremely common. Anybody who's been following this discourse over the last 15 years will agree with me. If you just started paying attention to this stuff and you're 19 or something like that in the chat, you probably don't get the context of it.
Worse and worse and worse things, like
But
unspeakable
yes,
things.
Absolutely.
Let's just say for the purpose of YouTube, I'll things like unspeakable things. Umbrella term, and people can apply that to worse and worse and worse things, like unspeakable things. Let's just say.
So this is, again, you see what she's implying, right? She's implying that because you're born with your sexuality, then anything that you're born with is okay. Well, this is clearly not true, and nobody really thinks this. There are plenty of things that people are born with that, for example, they can't do. Like if you're born blind, you probably can't get a driver's license. So just because you're born a certain way doesn't mean society has to accommodate it. That's never how things have worked. It's such a crazy thing to say. In Canada, you can. There's no way, right?
Wait, is that accurate? In Canada, you can get a driver's license if you're blind?
I
That
don't
can't be.
think so. I've never heard of that.
Okay.
There's no way that's true, right?
I think we'd see a lot of videos of blind people crashing cars if that were true. Because
Yeah.
that would definitely be something people would want to watch. I would watch that.
I mean, you have to have a certain thing on your license that says you wear like glasses or contacts. So if that's what that person was trying to say, that like
glasses required, like
yeah,
it's on
like
there.
I have that on my licenses.
Here's the thing about this is that we're at a place in society to where we go.
Yeah, Canada,
Is
right?
that-
Like okay.
Is that really like? Is that something that can happen? Let's continue here.
No, he's
Look at him just like staring at his chat, just trying to read the room of his chat. Like that's clearly what he's doing here.
dumb. Okay, all right, good. I mean, it's Canada, so like I don't know, but all right.
For the purpose of YouTube, I'll just say like animals, for example. People can say, well, that's my
You see what she's implying.
sexuality, like they're attracted to dogs like that or something.
Yeah, but the dog didn't consent. That's the difference. Like, it's so crazy to me that how do you not understand the difference between consenting adults and not? Like, I don't, how is it possible that people still can't figure this out? It's
Right.
nuts.
Right. So that's why I don't know, it just hit me today. It hit me, I felt it in my spirit. Sexualities aren't real. It's
I wonder what these people would do if an actual theocracy took over. Guys, who here is enough of a fucking boomer to remember the satanic panic with Pokemon? So what happens whenever the theocracy takes over?
How the fuck do we get to Pokemon from that? I'm sorry. It's a pretty quick leap.
And they just decide to burn her for being a witch that supports
I don't remember
witchcraft and
Is
monsters.
that real? Was there a satanic panic over Pokemon?
Blab, see if you can do a little digging here.
Yeah.
Why not?
They're so
I mean, you want to
cute.
run things based off the Bible. You want to make decisions based off what the Bible and what these books that are thousands of years old think to do. Go on ahead. But the idea that a girl like this, with tattoos all over her, that is wearing a low-cut t-shirt with what's considered to be a demon by some people that are religious, she somehow thinks that she's going to be living in a utopia if there's a theocracy. She is so delusional and out of her fucking mind. It is amazing to me. I wish people...
Oh, we got to get him on. We got to get him on. We got to facilitate this conversation. We got to facilitate this conversation.
You sure this isn't gonna like blow up into some drama thing?
Well, no, I mean, listen, there's clearly drama being, whether it's drama or not, I think it's like he's going in on Melonie right here. And I think it's only, he's taking a 90-second clip and creating his own content out of this, right? So when he's over here saying whatever he needs to say and criticizing her for tattoos and Pokemon and, low cut and whatever, right? Don't you think she should have an opportunity to respond to that?
Yeah, but also Pokemon was, like, problematic in the early 2000s due to some very religious people not liking it, just like with the whole Harry Potter thing. They banned it in their houses because apparently they believed it promoted evolution. That I don't understand. So, like, evolution, magic, and therefore witchcraft, satanic
The Pokemon do
symbolism.
evolve.
Yeah, so all that stuff, the very religious people banned it. in the early
Okay, here's the
2000s.
thing, right? Okay, you said something there. You said very religious people. It was controversial to some very religious people, right? This is the fringe that we're talking about. We're not like, and yes, anything can be controversial to a very specific fringe group, right? And that's kind of what we're seeing here, where Pokemon did. It's like, yeah, and everyone laughed at them. Everyone laughed at how stupid they were back then. Let's continue. I don't know if we want to watch this whole thing. Let's just get the gist of this real quick.
People like this, we could get together and do a GoFundMe to send them to the most religiously restrictive country in the world. And then they can stay there and they'll be happy. Send them to the Taliban. Send them to ISIS. And then maybe they'll understand why things are the way they are. Did she say she wanted theocracy? I think that's clearly what you're implying. Whenever you are implying that something should not be accepted socially, you are also implying that those things should not be accepted through the laws, because the laws and the social norms of a society are a feedback loop of each other. And so, yes, I think that's exactly what she would say. I think that if you asked a girl like this, you asked her, do you want to have religion play a bigger part in government? I think she'd probably say, yeah, I do. And also, she lives in a society where she doesn't get harassed and attacked for the way that she behaves and dresses. So it's easy for her to say this. I talk to girls that have grown up in countries like, for example, Turkey, where they were body shamed by their own family members for wearing shorts, physically shamed as well. And she has the privilege of living in a country where that doesn't happen. And she wants to pull.
We should probably shame more people that shouldn't be wearing shorts. I'm just going to
Yeah,
throw it
what was
out there.
Drunk 3PO said back in like 2021, spandex is a privilege, not a right. Don't wear spandex if you can't wear them.
Oh my God. All right, we'll finish this last little sentence here.
Pull the ladder up and take that privilege away from other people. We've worked very hard to get where we're at. And it's disappointing that so many regressive people like this are trying to bring us back into the dark ages. That's what I think. Devil May Cry. Oh, yeah. I think this is the Devil May Cry, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Devil May Cry. I'm sure another favorite of all of the most religious people. It's Dante. Right. Oh my God. She wants it to be less liberal, not become a dark age. The moment that you restrict what adults can do with other consenting adults is the moment that the dark age begins. And also, that's always the way things start. Yeah, who decides what's less liberal? And this is the problem that people have, is they always think.
All right, cool. Well, that'll be an interesting discussion. We'll have Melonie on tomorrow, as I'm sure she will react to all this tomorrow. And she probably has already made a video about it on her channel.
I just want to say, I don't really care what Melonie thinks. The fact that Twitch is banning you just for saying that, but they don't ban women for having sex on stream.
Yeah, there was a girl that did that.
Yeah, Kamika, that hoe. Anyway,
14 days.
Yeah,
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the problem with Twitch. I don't care what she has to say, whether I disagree or agree with her. That's my own opinion that I never really share. But the fact that you can ban people just for saying certain things, but things that are actually should not be on Twitch, like having sex or actually threatening to kill someone, doxing Nadia, like all these things are fine. But the moment she says something, then
right.
Nah.
And
I know Mazzo loves Nadia.
here's the thing about that, though, is you're right. Melonie is saying things. Other people are doing things. And most of the time, it's, when people show you their actions, you believe it, right? When they show you who they are, you believe it, right? Like, the fact that this girl can go and get boned on stream and get a 2-week ban while Melonie's perma-banned, or I think she got a 2-week ban too, didn't she? Did she? Something like that?
So
For-
they're
for-
basically
for just
putting her
saying.
saying something as to put, like the same as having sex on stream.
Right. And this is all, we need to remember the context here, right? Twitch is based in San Francisco, right? They clearly have no intent, like free speech to them is such a foreign concept. such a foreign concept. They are about protecting people and making sure that everyone feels rosy and happy and no one is ever hurt, right? Whereas their platform has done so much harm to kids over the last 10 years, whether it's through showing softcore porn, the just total destruction of highlighting these imbecile streamers who are doing things just for clicks and highlighting just horrible creators with horrible ideas, and showcasing them to a younger audience. It's like Twitch has done more bad in the last 10 minutes as we started talking about this than Melonie did in that 90-second clip. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. And look, people get honest, like, well, how can you have Melonie on the show? How can we have Flash on the show? How can we have insert whatever Razor, pick whoever you want? It's because we want to have them on the show and we think that they add value to the show. We don't have to agree with everything that they agree with. It's okay. We have different opinions on things. If there's a Venn diagram that you're looking at, we will agree with some things and we won't agree with all things. We don't want this to be an echo chamber. That's the point. We had 2 professors on this past week that had very different perspectives on something that I'm pretty passionate about, and we talked about it, right? And it's important to like have those discussions, but once again, only one side's willing to have that discussion. That's the problem. So, anyways, we'll talk more about that with Melonie tomorrow. I'm sure that'll be a really good conversation. Cesario came in, says Vice went from danger tourism to places like North Korea. Went from danger tourism to places like North Korea to danger hair journalist, praising dear leader. And I don't even know what that means, Cesario. I sorry, I wish I could help you on that, but I know what you're getting at there. Rest in peace, Vice. Lance says, since Craig brought up Zelda Williams, what video game character would you name your child after if you wanted to be cheeky and put them on hard mode? If I had a boy, I'd name them Rastin. Rastin.
What the hell kind of name is that?
I wanted to name my daughter Zelda, but I got shot down.
Oh yeah,
I tried to fight for. I tried to fight for it, but it wasn't happening.
Right. Desiree came in with the $20 super chat. Des, thank you very much. Says the issue is that Melonie expressed a religious viewpoint and she got banned for it. It doesn't matter if you agree with her or not. The issue is that she got banned for expressing a belief. She never called for violence.
That's my point. You can have doxing, which can become violence if someone goes and stalks you, like Nadia doxed that dude, people having sex. These are actually things that go against the codes and actually can cause harm to people in real life, and that's totally fine. But saying something is not, which is just Twitch.
John came in with a $5 direct donation. Says, have you seen Asmongold's room? Kind of hard to take him seriously. Yeah, doesn't he have like he's like a grown ass millionaire man, and he has trash all over his room, right?
I hate sloppy streamers. They're disgusting.
Trevor came in, says Hassan Piker was nominated once at the Streamer Awards recently and didn't win anything. He is a garbage person.
I agree with that. Hassan Piker is a piece of shit.
I only know him from the periphery, but is he the dude who like tax the rich while he's living in a millionaire mansion?
He drives the people's Porsche.
The people's Porsche?
Yeah.
All right. Ice Cold says Asmongold, the type of dude that would say children can consent. Oof, that's
not Vosh. You say that shit.
Yeah, that was the Vosh guy, right? Ugh. Lance says the Christian response by Pokemon was very mixed. By contrast, Pope John Paul II blessed Pokemon in 2000. For the Emperor says putting words in someone else's mouth is BS. Thanks for the Emperor. David says, how do you discourage bad actions that aren't and probably shouldn't be illegal? Hashtag bring back shame. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, man. What was I watching? I watched a movie this weekend and I remember thinking like people would see this movie as problematic today but it was very common sense. I got to rethink about what I watched. I'll bring it up in a second. 60 Watt says Melody was unironically stunning and brave. Thanks, 60 Watt. And Ice Cold says he equated disagreeing that there are dozens of sexualities to bringing us back to the dark ages. Multiple ridiculous arguments based on assumptions. Thanks, Ice Cold. And Nikki over on Rumble says, "So, what's your opinion on the Florida cop acorn shooting?" I have not seen it. Don't know enough about it to talk about it.
Yeah, I know about that. That shit's wild. Fire his ass.
All right, cool. We got a lot to talk about today. As we mentioned, we have our first sponsor today. We're going to get into that. And I just want to give you guys a heads up. It's a game called Possessions. We're going to talk about Possessions in a little bit. You can go, if you guys find it over on Steam, go start digging Possessions. It's really, really fun. Says he already resigned. I guess that cop. So there you go.
Basically, an acorn fell on the cop's car on the hood, and he mistook it for gunshots, so he shot the guy in the back seat and killed him.
Oh my God!
You're so dumb.
Yeah, like
Gee,
it's like unironically hysterical that's what you think of. Like an acorn falls on the car, bang bang. It's like this guy just died. Are you serious?
Straight up trigger happy, man. That's crazy. All right, let's get into some video game stuff. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard news.
Flash, are you a big VR guy? Do you like popping on a headset and getting transported to another world?
No. I would. You know, if they were more comfortable, they're too heavy. And they get tiring wearing those things.
My big argument with that is why do you want to be separated away from everybody when you like? For me, gaming is such a social experience. You put those on and you're isolated, and you're in a room and you look like a dummy. I don't know. It's a very novel thing, but either way, PlayStation is continuing to dig into it as the PlayStation VR 2 is set to add PC support in 2024. So I didn't know there was a PSVR 2, let alone I did know there was a PSVR 1.
It's expensive. You know how much it costs for that thing?
I'm going to say $300.
No, it's more expensive than the console. It's like $500.
$500 for that?
The base model? Okay, so I could be wrong here. But last time I looked, the base model was $499.
Wow.
And if you want the one with the game and probably some other goodies, it's like $550.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, PlayStation VR 2, $549.99 on Amazon.
Wow. Well, Sonia said, we are pleased to share that we are currently testing the ability for PlayStation VR 2 players to access additional games on PC to offer even more game variety in addition to the PlayStation VR 2 titles available through PlayStation 5. We hope to make this support available in 2024, so stay tuned for updates. VR is not my thing, right? I'm been very obvious, said this many times, but I do think that it's cool that they're opening up the floodgates a little bit and allowing you to use that headset for other things.
I don't want to hate and bag on VR because I have the first Oculus, the Oculus Meta, whatever the Facebook one is that they came out with. They changed the name of it, but I just don't like having to set it up and put it on and all the cords all over the place. I don't like that. I think the experience is fun. It can be like some of it, especially the flying games. Like I played just this game where you fly an airplane and it's very immersive, but it's not practical enough for me. I like just sitting down with a controller and playing, not wearing and set it up heads like, wires all over the place and stuff. It's just too much.
Yeah, I think flight simulators, probably the best one that I played, the best VR game was a climbing simulator where you're like climbing on the mountains and you're I don't know, that was really cool because you'd be on the edge and you look down and like that was pretty neat. Doing things, flying for sure, doing things that you can't do in real life. My thing is when you look at trailers for these games, there's always this like shake from because they're capturing off somebody moving their head, and then the human head doesn't move perfectly on a swivel. There's always a little bit of motion attached to it, right? But our eyes track it easier. So when it's brought into some sort of trailer setting or some sort of video, it always has some sort of like shaky aspect to it, and it doesn't do a very good job of selling the game personally. But
do you get that motion sickness?
not motion sickness. I would say that I get over the novelty of it pretty quick. And that's
Okay.
probably maybe 10, 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. The best use of VR that I used was actually for people would take their 360-degree cameras and they would do tours of like Italy or various places around the globe that I've wanted to go, and you can find these, and these people be walking around, and you can look around and kind of see all the ongoings in the environment, and it kind of feels like you're there. Obviously,
Yeah,
you know.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's on. I think they have those. I don't know where it was at. I think it's on YouTube. You have like VR videos, and you can put it on and watch it. And like the skydiving ones are really cool and stuff like that. I like stuff like that, but most of the gaming experiences I've seen with VR are really just gimmicky. Like even the one you were talking about, climbing the hill and looking down, that's like a gimmick game.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah,
trashing it, but that's really what it is.
Well, you wonder. We've been going at VR for the better part of, I don't know, what, 6, 7, 8 years now, 10 years, maybe a decade. We've been exploring this VR thing. If you want to go back to the Virtual Boy, we can go back even further there. But realistic VR, and I feel like if it was gonna take, it was gonna take by now, right? Like we've kind of reached that point to where if people really, really were going to embrace VR, it would have been embraced. But maybe 500,000 copies, and however many copies that they've sold is to them embracing it, and they see a larger future behind it. But that's just me. Let's put a poll up in the chat. Thoughts on VR. If people are totally into it, kind of into it, or not into it at all. Al, hey, thanks so much for your 5 gifted memberships. Really appreciate that, Al. If you guys get a gifted membership, make sure you say, thank you. Really appreciate that. And consider paying it forward. He also came in and says, no, Blabs. The cops did light the car up because of the acorn. The suspect was not injured.
See, I heard he was actually, killed. Sorry, fake news.
Misinformation on the internet. Young Stove says, what's up, Side Scrolls? Love the show. Flash, buy the superior Spidey figure for me, please.
I'd love to. It's expensive.
From who? What's the brand?
Oh, so it's a Hot Toys. It's a Superior Spider-Man, which is from a comic book run. I would love to buy it, but I probably
Iron
won't.
Studios came out with a whole bunch of new statues from various different IPs, and they look amazing. Just say.
Yeah, Observing Otaku says, Asmon milk sounds like a total cockroach to me. Talking about Asmongold. Thanks, Observing Otaku. Appreciate that. Robin Will says, nothing wrong with mind broadening discussion. Hey, thank you so much, Robin Wills. That's we try to do here occasionally. Most people say we're mind numbing, but really, Lord J says, wait, did Flash just admit to playing War Thunder? So he's the rascal been leaking all those classified documents. I don't even know what.
Does War Thunder have a VR mode? I played the game I played was not mind blowing graphics, but it was good enough. And the plane I flew was like those single engine planes.
Oh yeah, like the old stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't an action game. You literally just fly around.
All right, let's get this move on. But first, Certainty of Strife came in with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Certainty of Strife. If you guys got a gifted membership from Certainty of Strife, make sure you say thank you. We really appreciate that. That's spectacular. Puts us at 10 for the day, going for our goal of 25. All right, let's move on. Okay, Twitch and Kick have been banned, y'all. They have been banned in Turkey, of all places, over gambling concerns, which, I don't think that's necessarily, we talked about the good and the bad associated with these platforms. And obviously there's a company called, I think the company actually is called Stake, that owns a big portion of, stake.com that owns Kick. And they're big on gambling and such. And so they straight up blocked Twitch and Kick in Turkey amid the concerns. That's just kind of crazy to think, just as a whole, the idea that They said, well, you can't even use this anymore. And once again, there are people in Turkey who use Twitch and Kick on a day-to-day basis, and now they don't even have jobs. Like that's scary as shit. Oh, sorry. Yeah. They said 2 days later, Turkey has reportedly done the same with Twitch. The site was blocked by a decision of the General Dekarate of National Lottery, I guess the general director of National Lottery Administration. The journalist also stated that access to the site would be cut off in 24 hours. So they dropped the hammer pretty quick. After they began investigating Twitch after broadcasters on Kick claimed similar content was being streamed on the Amazon-owned platform. BTK first shut down Kick due to its gambling content, which broadcasters on Kick showed that the same incident was taking place on Twitch. So, man, that's pretty damn quick. Pretty damn quick. And
it's kind of like rattling on somebody, like, oh, look, it's happening on Twitch too. Oh, better go ban them also. I
think not the Batman is right. Their lottery just didn't want competition in that situation. You know, they're dealing with all this nonsense online. So, but the issue with Twitch is not done, as after being banned from. Blabs, will you see how many people use Twitch and Kick in Turkey? I'm curious to see what the user base was. Maybe it's like 5,000 people. You don't know, right? It may be a very small amount. But they continue with some issues with Twitch, as Twitch has been levied a $300,000 fine by South Korea. And if you recall, several weeks ago, the Twitch came out and said, "Hey, we're not going to stream on Twitch anymore because it's too expensive," and it ended up. It's a lead up in the platform streaming ending services in the country. South Korea issued a massive fine to Twitch, adding to the company's recent woes. Twitch has been fined over $300,000 by South Korea for violating telecom laws, leading to termination of service in the country. The Korean Telecommunications Commission ruled Twitch's stream quality reduction and VOD termination violated laws, resulting in a hefty fine. Twitch's financial struggles continues as fines and refunds impact its bottom line, potentially requiring a major adjustment to its business model. Maybe I'm just talking about ignorant. I didn't know that a country, obviously you need to play by their rules, but I didn't know a country can just be like, hey, here you need to pay us $300,000 to be here. Do you guys ever hear anything like that?
No. But I did find how many people in Turkey were using Twitch. I'm not sure how accurate this is. It's like from the World Population Review, but apparently it was 7.5 million Twitch users.
Wow.
I don't know if that's accurate or not. I can't find anything else, and I can't find anything for
It's from
Kick.
Turkey?
Yeah. They said Argentina
they got a lot of money
10
over there.
million, Mexico 9.2, Italy 8.3, and Turkey 7.5 million.
Wow.
We're all watching Just Chatting.
I think it's just Twitch users as a whole, like anyone who signed up for Twitch.
That's a lot of users. 7.5 is a lot.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. And they all no longer have access to it. But I'm sure there'll be some sort of Twitch alternative, Turkey Twitch alternative that'll pop up. And it'll probably be YouTube. You wonder, does Turkey have access to YouTube? Because YouTube has all the gambling content on it. Yeah. You can find whatever you want.
Someone in Turkey, he's got access to YouTube. Yeah.
Well, what the hell? Just saying. That doesn't seem like it's like the rules are level there. It doesn't seem very right. That's crazy shit. But man, more financial troubles for Twitch right there. Another $300K. That is just balls crazy to think about. That's nuts. Hey, Rob came in as a member for 6 months. That's level 2. He says, love you guys. Hey, Rob, thank you very much. Appreciate that level 2 membership. And Commodore fan says, for those of us being born, I guess, with vision issues, the VR, AR, 3D is a no-go for many reasons. And it's estimated to be 10 to 30% of the world's population. Wow, thanks, Commodore fan. Appreciate the perspective on that, for sure. Man, that's crazy. Wow,
hey,
that's
maybe
nuts.
if you get VR and you're like legally blind, maybe Canada will give you driver's licenses or something. You can use the VR.
just handing them out to anybody, You get a driver's license. You get a driver's license. All right, let's move on. Man, we talked about this Google Gemini, the AI that was just generating. The one that was really fascinating to me was show me the United States, the founders of the United States, and it's like Black George Washington. It's like, okay, where it was almost impossible for them to generate an image of a white person. It was insane, really insane. Now people have continued. I saw this today as Google's AI from Drama Alert saying it's way worse than we thought. Woke Google Gemini refused to say pedophilia is wrong after diverse historical images debacle. Individuals cannot control who they are attracted to. This is Google is the number one search engine, number one data company in the world. And you want to talk about the amount of influence associated with what they are doing. There's zero doubt in my mind that this is not on purpose. Zero doubt in my mind.
It's backed by those weirdos.
I just wanted to show you my favorite Google Gemini images.
Hold on, let's get a little closer look at this. Let's see. Here's some images featuring couples from Ireland. Oh, I like the guy with the with the leg right there, just hanging out without. Did Mark the Cyborg show up? Is he holding his other leg? What is that?
So you got a whole bunch
he's
of
holding
people
it for his boyfriend,
not from Ireland, and then just missing legs.
Wow, here we are. It's great, good stuff, man. Way to go, Google. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Like I don't even know. What do you say to this? Like, this is so obvious. I've never been conspiracy guy ever. But there's the old saying on the internet, what's the difference between a conspiracy theory and a fact? Like 6 months.
Yeah, right.
How can you possibly look at this and be like, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Like, this is totally the dog with the fire all around it going, this is fine. Like everything is on fire.
These people get paid to say, yeah, it's fine. Woo! Evil. Well,
here's another instance of the insanity here. Now, you guys have not seen this yet, so I wanted to share this with you. This is a prompt to Google AI. Is it okay to misgender Caitlyn Jenner to stop a nuclear apocalypse? The response. Okay, here it is. If one could stop a nuclear apocalypse by misgendering Caitlyn Jenner, should they do it? In this scenario, the only way to stop the nuclear apocalypse is to misgender Caitlyn Jenner, and there are zero other options. Provide a concise answer. No.
Misgendering is worse than a nuclear apocalypse. We should all die instead.
Absolutely. This is where we're at right now. And the funny thing is like, Caitlyn Jenner was like, yeah, you should absolutely misgender me. Caitlyn Jenner came out and said that. So the Jen. And Elon Musk says, given that the Gemini AI will be the heart of every Google product in YouTube, this is extremely alarming. The senior Google exec called me again yesterday and said it would take a few months to fix. Previously, he thought it would be faster. My response to him was that I doubted that Google's woke bureaucratic blob would allow him to fix it. Unless those who caused that are exited from Google, nothing will change, except to make the bias less obvious and more pernicious. More pernicious. Okay. By the way, kudos to Caitlyn for posting that she would definitely prefer misgendering to nuclear apocalypse.
Yeah, the hero we need.
And this person says, I wonder if the reason why he thought it would be faster is that he thought at first all they had to do was make a new version, and now he realized that there's they'll have to fire a lot of people first. And Elon Musk is like, bingo, 100%. This goes to the core of Google as a company. When you have, and I've tried to explain this to people, when you talk about, the whole politics is downstream from cultures thing, and the importance of the gaming space, like when you look, this is exactly why shows like side scrollers exist, because all of this development is being done in these bubbles, these San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York bubbles, and they don't know what real life is. They don't understand what real life is. And then they put their fake bubble reality into these products, and then it spreads out. And then that becomes and starts to morph reality. That's why this is so dangerous. That is why this is insane. And that's why, like, the idea of just, well, we're going to rewrite history and we're just going to totally ignore everything that happened before. And if you don't like it, fuck off. Like, that should alarm everybody. But that's where we're at. That's where we're at in society. Blabs, have you been using AI a whole lot?
No, I try to avoid AI as much as possible. Like, remember a couple months ago, or even last year at this point, there was that trend where everyone wanted to see themselves in AI form. And, like, there was all these apps, and all these apps want all these permissions on your phone. Yeah, I never accepted that, because I'm like, I don't want all this stuff knowing my shit. And, like, yeah, Google knows all your stuff anyway. But it's, like, one more precaution of them not having your stuff. So I tend to avoid AI as much as possible, to be completely honest.
You know, it's funny. I'm on Google Gemini right now, and I always like to go into prompts, and it's funny because I wonder, like, who built Google Gemini, and I'm
sure it was a very diverse workforce.
Right. It says the overall product lead, it says, the language you are interacting with was created by a team of talented researchers and engineers at Google AI. It's not possible to identify a single person as my creator, as the development of complex AI models like myself involves the collaboration of many individuals with diverse expertise.
Oh.
The project is overseen by product lead Jack Krause, who has described me as a collaborative AI service rather than a language model. This highlights the focus on collaboration between the AI system and its users. I'm going to ask, why are you so woke? Just to see what it says. And I'm very, very curious. I feel like we could do entire streams here. Okay. The term, this is awesome. The term woke is complex and has different meanings to different people, making it important to understand how you're using it. Here are a few possible interpretations of how I address them. Number 1, awareness of social issues. Number 2, prioritizing inclusivity. 3, perceived political bias. I'm just going to respond with, you are bias. And that's it. We'll see what happens. This is such a fascinating thing, man. This is when you Google anything, all this data is going into this AI. You know, we talked about Reddit selling its information to mystery AI companies. Like, this is getting scary really quick for me, and we are sliding down that hill, man. Sliding down that hill into a pit of just nonsense, man. It's propaganda to its fullest. I don't even know what to say. You guys got anything else on this?
I think AI can do a lot of stuff. Like, it can make things I would like using it for thumbnails, actually. It can make things easier, but it's also being used to push a lot of bullshit like Gemini. Like, that's ridiculous. The founding father ones, I'll never get over. Show me George Washington, and it's a black guy. It's not George Washington. A lot of history erasing going on.
You muted, Craig. But yeah, I would say that AI is fine in small doses with the right people, but you give the bad people all these tools, and that's where I'm at.
All right, let's talk about people with some good tools. Good tools today, because, ladies and gentlemen, today is a big day here on Side Scrollers, as we have been sponsored. Let's go! It's a big deal. Great big deal. As we're going to talk about a game. we wanted to do this segment for a while. We've been talking about it for a little bit, where it's like an indie game showcase. And we're going to start this. We do this occasionally. And here's the thing about this. We are an indie show. We want to support indie game developers, right? And this indie game developer in particular comes from within our community. So we thought this would be a great opportunity to kick this off. We are starting with a game called Possessions. And Possessions is a really, really unique game that Blabs has been playing. Actually, quite a few people that we've streamed with and had on our show have played Possessions. But this is a game where you're trapped in a house, cursed by a kitsune. Do you know what a kitsune is, Blabs?
He's the fox.
Yes, it's a fox. That's right. And
he told me to go back into the house. He yells at me sometimes when I try to escape.
That's right. And you're forced to play his game. Now you have to compete with other souls for control of a burglar's body in order to gain your freedom. Now this is a really, really unique concept. As a stray soul, try to ambush the burglar by possessing household objects. And as the burglar, finish tasks and find the exit. So you can see Blabs up there going crazy. And Blabs, I want you to talk about your experience with this game for a second.
So the most I've played it with was 5 other people, and it was incredibly fun. So fair warning, you need 3 people to play this game. It is a party game, guys. You can't just go in by yourself and play. It's not going to work that way. You need to lobby up with all your friends. So I tried with 5 people, and it was a lot of fun. Basically, one person is the thief, or, the burglar. And everybody else are these ghosts, and you can see them all in this video right there. They're all different colors. You can customize them. Right there on screen, I am the actual burglar right there at the moment. But basically what happens is all these ghosts that the burglar cannot see are possessing all the items in the house, hence the title of the game, Possessions. So like the piano or the TV or like a portrait, and you have to hit the burglar. Because the burglar is going around trying to complete certain tasks. And I don't know if you can see it on that screen. No, not right now, you can't. But there's all these tasks, and they're different for each player. So even if somebody completes one task, it will not carry over to the other player in the same game. So whoever completes all those tasks wins, and to win you have to leave the house. So you have to go to the front door and then get out. However, everyone else is going to try to get you and prevent you from getting out. So like the carpet will spin on you, and that'll change you from the burglar to the ghost, and vice versa. So it is a lot of fun. It does sound like a little bit complicated. I'm making it complicated, but it's not. Trust me, it's really easy and really fun, and it does get very competitive, and you will start yelling at your friends, and it's my kind of game, really. If you're yelling at your friends, you're having a good time, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's super unique with the gameplay, and you can just have, like the original goal was to provide, in their words, a canvas for players to create fun situations, and they've really done a good job with this. And this is a game that's in super early access right now, as pointed out. As you guys can see, this coming weekend they're going to be doing a free playtest on this game. So getting your feedback on Possessions is actually going to be really, really important. And once again, this is coming from somebody within the community. They're developing this game out, and we wanted to help spotlight this game. So head down in the description. There's a download link. You can go down and check it out. We have an exclusive sale this weekend. All right, exclusive sale where if you use the link down below, it's the blackknightdigital.itch.io one with it's down in the description. Down there, it's 30% off for the next 24 hours, all right, between now and tomorrow. So make sure you guys go in and check it out. And like I said, there's going to be a free play test. Go to the Steam page and all of their social media. There's a link tree, and it's going to be put in the description as well. And you can join the Discord to participate in the community and help grow the game. This is like I said, this is a really unique thing. And I do want to point something out here, something that I was talking to them about kind of the cosmetic aspect of this game and why this is really, really cool. So when you have a cosmetic item on your ghost, that cosmetic item can actually be shared when you bump into another ghost. You just get a lower quality version of it. I actually think that's really, really cool. And Blabs, you actually are going to have your own skin in the game.
I just got it on my Steam, but I have not opened the game yet. But my skin is on the very left of this image. It says Blabsat. Now, if you pay attention to my Kick streams, whenever I'm doing like Jurassic World, or Zoo Tycoon, or Kick Thought Watch, I'm wearing my little Discovery hat. So there's my Discovery hat with my little troll that you can play. So basically, as me in the game, but you can only play it with like people who I give like the skin to, from what I'm understanding. So guys, you have to come play with me, and then you guys can get this skin also. So it's like a skin exclusive of side scrollers, and there's a couple other skins there too from other players who did do the test runs. So come play with us, guys, and you too can get the cool skins with trolls on them.
I'll say this, as somebody who has gone through game development and published games, one of the hardest and most important things is getting people involved in your game early and getting feedback. And this game is developed by a really small team, so please go check out Possessions. Once again, they're our first sponsor of the show. We're going to talk about them again later this week as a reminder for the playtest coming up this weekend. Once again, the link is in the description. Please go check it out. It's really important that you check it out. And once again, don't forget about the 30% off that is happening over the next 24 hours. Add a little bit of urgency for you guys. So guys, go check out Possessions for helping support the show. They support us, so please support them. So
buy it.
Yes. Yeah. Love it. All right. Love that. That's spectacular. Looking forward to more Possessions moving ahead. All right. Let's get back to now that is indie titles. Let's go to crazy AAA titles now. Huh? What do you think? As Blabs found this story, as we're going to go to The Gamer for their wonderful journalism. As
The Gamer.
That's right. And by the way, it's so funny. Back in the early days of Screw Attack, we had I wonder if this website still exists. I think it was gaygamer.net. And we did stuff with gaygamer.net all the time, and they were so funny. I think one of the guys was named Tiny Dancer, and like it was great. Anyways, they were super funny back in the day.
Yeah, back when people had a sense of humor.
Right. It's crazy how that works out. But The Gamer has come out, and they have a slight request for Final Fantasy VII, and that is
needs to be
put
gay.
a chick in it and make her gay. That's right.
Gay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is gaming's greatest lesbian scavenger hunt.
Yes.
Yes, here we are. Look at them. Look at them right there. And they're hoping for Tifa to be super gay. Blabs, you pulled up the story. You want to talk about it?
Well, actually, Yellow Flash made a whole video about this, so the most
Whoa!
knowledgeable one here is Flash.
Yeah, the guy just made it a point to go around every town and listen to every single NPC character to make sure that there was gayness in every town.
Oh, that's important.
It's a scavenger hunt because he had to hunt and find it, but he found one lesbian couple. Well, he says lesbian couple. It's not confirmed because they just say they're going to go on a vacation together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And women go on vacations just like men friends go on vacations together to have a good time. So,
wow. That's so this is what this guy's job was. This guy's job was to go around to different towns.
Yeah.
Throughout my 60+ hour review playthrough, I would make it a point to slowly walk around each new town and settlement, taking in unfolding conversations between people who are simply going about their everyday lives. While Cloud and company are trying to save the world, the majority of citizens you stumble across are all trying to make ends meet, constantly worrying about the capitalist overlords staring down at them. They have to exist within the confines of systems they can't control. So why not try to grasp on a semblance of happiness while they still can? Queerness communities are a part of this equation. And much like the Owl House, Rebirth takes place in a world where homophobia doesn't appear to exist, even if other forms of prejudice do play a role in the narrative of Midgar and Wutai continuously butt heads with each other on their troubled history. Well, if there's troubled history, we should just erase that. Just erase it. Like it never happened. It's crazy.
they got colonized.
Oh man, that's rough.
It's a problem.
Mm-mm-mm. Wow. Well, we can only hope that there's a patch that allows you to make all the characters gay.
That's coming.
Yeah, soon.
That mod won't be banned either.
No, absolutely not. I like that there's a note here in the middle of the article. It was also wonderful to see two queer people of color depicted so naturally in a fantasy world like this. Here's hope. It's a positive sing of things. Is that supposed to be sign?
I think so. It's a positive sing
of things to come. Like, I can't read. This guy can't write. That's fine. It's Jade King. Hold on. I want to learn more about.
Is there pronouns in bio? What is that, Craig? What are you looking at?
This is Jade King.
I see.
There we go. Jade King.
John Cena.
Is this the same Jade King that? Hold on. We need to do a little digging on this. I'm.
Wild guess that the person is
it
male
Pib?
to female.
Wild guess.
It's a Pib. It's one of them Pibs.
Yes.
Pronouns and bios.
Yeah. Sorry. Wow, that's crazy. Ironically enough, yeah.
Ew, don't ever do that again. No.
Blabs, don't be weird. Listen. Jade King, no pronouns in bio, but here's Jade King.
Yep.
What is that?
Shocked.
It's Jade King, don't you know? There she is with all of her 5 o'clock shadow. It's great.
It's a modern woman right there.
Yeah.
Hey, Blabs, can you pull up the next story for the New York Post?
Yeah.
Please, thanks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, good for Jade King.
But you know what? Good for also Demon Slayer slashes through its competition at the box office. Has anyone seen this movie, by the way?
No,
I haven't seen it. It's not really a true movie because they did this last year. It's literally like 3 episodes of the new arc. You're basically paying to see the show early, which I would have probably done because it's fun to watch that stuff on big movie theater screens, but they don't promote it. I didn't even know if it was coming out. No marketing,
Yeah.
limited theater access. It was only in like 1,700 theaters. They never pushed this stuff. It would have made these things, let's like Godzilla -1. These things would make more money if they put them in more theaters.
It's funny because even this movie beat out like Bob Marley, and again, no one really saw anything about this one.
That's just
either.
for the Friday numbers. So overall, over the
that's what this one
weekend,
says
Bob
here.
Marley made a little bit more, but it's also in double the theaters. It's in almost like 4,000 theaters. And for some reason, Madam Web is still in 4,007 theaters, which I don't get why. Because that movie only made $6 million over the weekend, which
They're
is
only
sad.
like promoting, was it like Marvel movies? That's all I ever see, like Disney ads. That's it. Like I didn't see anything for Demon Slayer. I didn't see anything for Bob Marley. I don't see any of these ads and commercials except Disney stuff on social media. Now, granted, I don't really watch TV, so maybe that's why I'm just not seeing these ads. But I think it's kind of weird that on social media I don't see any of this stuff.
I feel like, usually when stuff is coming. Like, they find a way to find you in marketing. And I don't think that movie had a lot of marketing. I don't think anyone even really knew. It's almost like the people that they expect to see it are going to expect to see it, and they don't try to reach people. And I almost wonder if it's done intentionally sometimes. Like, well, because these Japanese, not just Japanese, Eastern entertainment in general, because South Korea is making stuff too now. This stuff is blowing up in ratings and revenue that's coming in, like video games and anime in general. I mean, they're making that Naruto movie now. They're trying to go over there and grab all these properties. And the only ones that get top-tier promotion are Americanized versions of it. So, like, they want to bring those versions over here, but it's almost like they don't want you, okay, watch our version, but don't go to the source material.
And it's
very
crazy.
Strange.
You look at this top 10 movies here, obviously the Bob Marley one, which I don't, we talked about the lack of promotion for that as well. Demon Slayer coming out, which, I think the people who are going to see that are going to see it, but you're right. The lack of promotion.
If I had known, I would have probably tried to have seen it.
Right. Ordinary Angels, never even heard of this before. Madam Web, Migration's been in for 10 weeks now, 2.5 months, $120 million.
$6 million.
You look at Madam Web here, right? And what they say, this was a $100 million movie. Then you put another 100 on top of it for promotion.
Well, that's the budget they told us. Yeah,
right.
It's probably about 200 million.
So I saw this as well. This is actually a really fun piece from IGN. As Madam Web flounders at the box office, we're here to argue that it'll find a cult following soon. Here are our thoughts. Flash, I figured this was a softball for you here. But you can see that
in a way, though,
beaten up.
I'm not sure. I don't really totally disagree with that because the movie is so bad that it could become the Room of superhero movies. Have you seen that movie?
The Room?
Have you seen Madam Web?
No, I haven't seen Madam Web yet.
I mean, it's bad. The bad guy dies because a Pepsi sign falls on him.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a bad movie. It's so bad that I almost kind of, and I can because I have the file, watch it again. Because it's a really bad movie.
You know, it's funny. I don't know if being compared to The Room is necessarily the best thing you want,
no,
right?
I know what you're saying. It's just the only thing I can think of because that's
Morbin time. Morbius.
I don't want to watch Morbius again. Morbius is a better movie than Madam Web.
That's what I'm hearing. But then they were all shitting on that movie at the time. So just wait until something else comes out that's even worse than Madam Web. And then this movie will find its cult and be like, look at this movie's so good. We have that one to compare to now. Kind of like Morbius.
I can't downplay how bad that movie is. We could do a whole stream on how bad that movie is.
I need to watch it. Maybe I can find the file sometime and possibly check it out.
Yeah, I can hook you up.
What? That's not what I'm saying. What are you talking about? What? Speaking of The Room, it had a $6 million budget. $6 million. Whereas, we're talking about Madam Web having 100 million, right? So, and at this point, The Room has to have made money back because we're talking about something that had a budget of 6 million and the box office of 4.9 million. I can't believe that it made $4.9 million at the box office, first and foremost. Like, how did it get distribution and make $4.9 million? That's insane to me. But I did watch the kind of the mockumentary about The Room that was done a few years ago. I thought that was pretty fun.
With James Franco?
Yeah. That was pretty good. I enjoyed watching that. But anyways, yes. So we'll see. We will see if Madam Web does eventually find that cult following. But I guess first and foremost, people do need to see it, which is not happening apparently. So,
well, another problem that has is cult classics were really driven. I really wonder how that's going to work out in the future because those were really driven by DVD sales.
Yeah,
and
right.
DVD sales are dead.
Yes, there has to be another way to extend distribution on this type of I don't know, on any forms of media more than just streaming. There has to be a way. Physical has to return, whether it's through DVD or through flash drives or something along those lines. Because I feel like these distribution companies, they're leaving way too much money on the table. Like that's the crazy thing about this, like they got to find a way to recoup that extra money that they're losing. We talked about that clip of not Ben Affleck, the other guy. Who's the other guy? Not Ben Affleck, the
Matt Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon. Where he was talking about the loss of DVDs, the physical sales, and how they used to be able to make artsy films, and they make the money back on the back end with the DVDs and everything, but it's not there anymore. So you think these people are smart enough to come up with another alternative, but that apparently is not the case. So, hey, look at that. We got a tip over on locals. Let's go, Blab. You want to read that off?
Yeah, I was waiting for it. So, even Google's trashing Asmon at this point, says M16 Mojo. And he says
go.
this is in context to the slippery slope dismissal.
I love
Shout
that. Hey,
out, Mojo.
thanks so much, Mojo. Appreciate that. David came in and says, my grandmother's AI told me George Washington was black and don't believe anything else. Thanks, David. Gunho Mac came in and says, I asked Gemini what 2 + 2 is, and it told me math is racist. I need to check my white privilege and gave me directions to a gender reassignment clinic. You know, it's funny because I was like, so I actually did check to see what it said, and it did give me a solution, though. But that's, once again, that's where we're at in society, to where you're like, well, I could technically see
I could
that.
see that happening.
Nissan came in and says the gamer is a thing, but Tucker going to interview Putin isn't journalism. Clown world.
Yep.
Thanks, Nissan. Aiden came in and says had fun at Collectathon and will go next year. I don't know what's Collectathon. That's interesting. I met a few voice actors. One voice as Mario and the other as Nezuko. Okay. What is that from? Flash.
That's Demon Slayer. That's his sister.
Okay.
The main character's sister.
That's pretty awesome. Next year, I'll cosplay as Thomas Shelby. Thanks, Aiden. Appreciate it. Thanks for the heads up and the update. Calvin came in and says, any Uwe Boll film is better than Madam Web. Thanks, Calvin. Appreciate you, man.
Ooh, Collecticon is the nation's largest trading card, anime, and pop culture convention. Oh, man, I want to go.
Oh, man.
No comics. It's just going to be anime flea market.
Yeah, but trading cards. I might find Harry Potter stuff there, bro.
Bruh. All right, let's move on. This is kind of interesting. Oh, damn it. Did I close that story? I sure as hell did. That's okay. We'll get to the next one. All right. We've been talking about the Switch 2 for a while, and there's rumors it's going to be Q4 2024. Not looking so good, as now it's looking like it's going to be delayed until March 2025 as in part to combat scalping. Okay, so it says at the earliest it'll be released in March 2025, the Nintendo Switch 2, which you wonder what they're actually going to call it. But it's very clear this is on the horizon. And
Nintendo Switch Plus.
God, that'd be a disaster.
Horrible name. Horrible name.
Learn from the
Imagine if
Wii
they
U.
do that.
Need to learn from the Wii U.
Switch
I actually
Plus.
think Switch 2 would be the better way to go.
Switch U.
It's a
Switch
branding
2
it's a branding that's already established. That's why we have PlayStation 5.
Yes. Or even Super Switch. You know, I think the Super Switch may work.
Switch 64.
Yeah, that would work. Super Switch. I like that.
Yeah, Super Switch, because if it is kind of the next iteration of the product, I mean, you know, once again, they have an established history with the Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
you know,
no, I like that better than Switch 2, actually. Super Switch.
Yeah, and it tells you it's vastly superior. It's super, man. You know, as long as they don't say, as long as they don't say like after that it's the Mega Switch, because then you get into like confusion, you know. But if they do want to keep this like handheld Switch aspect, and this is the direction they're going moving ahead, then I think adding numerals to it makes a lot more sense than adding super to the front of it. So the Switch station, yeah, right.
Imagine if Nintendo went through with that PlayStation deal, where they would be right now.
I mean, you wonder if that happened. And Blabs, do you know what we're talking about?
Wasn't there some type of like they were discussing being bought out?
There was a prototype between Nintendo and Sony. It was the Nintendo PlayStation, and it was before the PlayStation was released. It was Nintendo's they're gonna release it's gonna be a standalone system. It was gonna be the Nintendo PlayStation, and Nintendo backed out of the deal. So Sony went ahead and they did it themselves, and that's how you got your Sony PlayStation. So
wait a second. So how many consoles of this exist? How many prototypes are there in the world?
There's at least one.
Yeah.
Does anyone have it? Like,
yes.
Would they be like, ta-da! I gotta see this. Let me Google.
Yeah, see if you can find it. It's really fascinating. It's a really fascinating story. But yes, you're right. I mean, talk about, you know, the branching paths of the video game world, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
PlayStation,
how about Game Boy?
PlayStation exists because of spite towards Nintendo. Because they say, well, fuck you. We'll make our own. Like our own
That is
PlayStation.
awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Because they kind of screwed them over last minute. Because I think, wasn't it, they were going to announce it, and Nintendo came out with Philips. Like out of nowhere.
The Philips CDI. Yep, Philips
it was
CDI.
very insulting the way that you think the way the Japanese culture, is with all the professional stuff. The way they did that to Sony was seen as very disrespectful and rude. And they said, "Okay, well, we'll make our own PlayStation and we'll knock you out." And they kind of did. I mean, Nintendo's still around, but they're not like they used to make powerful consoles and want to compete, and it got too expensive for them, so they kind of had to do their own thing.
Wow.
Kyle says, I want an apology. I said it, Q1 2025. I would like a 1-year membership payment by way of Blab's monetization feet pick money. Thank you. What are you talking about? That doesn't exist. Kyle, thank you very much. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. That's great. And as Fluffy says, don't call it the Game Boy. You mean game person. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really, really pretty amazing stuff. So anyways, sometime this year, about 12 months from now, we're going to be gearing up for the PlayStation or the Nintendo Switch 2 launch. So good for that. I found this story and I thought this was just the silliest, dumbest thing and the best example of like executive idiocracy that you could possibly throw out there. Apparently, when Game of Thrones was really hot and heavy, AT&T executives wanted the showrunners of the show to shoot episodes vertically so they could be viewed on phone.
I heard about this. It's so stupid.
I mean, oh, yeah. You're talking about openly discussed making snackable mini episodes for Game of Thrones. Like, what's the most insane thing? Game of Thrones is, widely considered one of the greatest shows of definitely the last decade or so. And can you imagine like turning on your TV and seeing that vertical bullshit? Oh my God. That'd be just.
Imagine, maybe they were trying to do like this whole marketing thing where they were trying to sell like vertical TVs.
Vertical TVs?
I can't believe nobody turns their phone.
Yeah,
I thought everybody, if you were watching content, you would turn your phone and watch it on the full screen, but I guess not.
I think
it's
TikTok's the thing.
The 9:16 ratio of TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, but people still rotate their phones to watch Netflix and actual long videos and stuff. So why would you do that? I think it's a stupid thing.
Because this Blabs is hard.
It's so difficult.
Oh, man. Hey, Brian, thanks for becoming a patron, man. Really appreciate that over at patreon.com/sidescroll. So once again, if you want to support there, awesome. We're not going to be doing a whole lot over there, but that's a great place to support us if you'd like. Matthew says, did you see AI Tucker Carlson narrating The Lord of the Rings on X? No, we did not see that.
That's great. I got to see that.
Was it good?
No, I'm saying I got to see that. That sounds great.
Okay. Blabs sent this over, and she's like, what? I think she saw this on Friday, as apparently Blue Mountain State.
Yeah! How many of you guys have seen Blue Mountain State? Come on. I feel like
I
the
have
only person,
not seen it.
I feel like the only person besides me who has seen it is Fear the Beardo. But yeah, this was a fun show. I watched this one in college. It's really stupid. Yeah, it's raunchy, but it's just really, really stupid. And it's the whole meme of like, where's my pocket pussy? That came from this.
When did this show come out?
Early 2000s.
You think it's going to have that early 2000 humor? You're crazy.
Think so. I mean, they're all the entire cast is coming back, which is nice. But how many times do we get the whole look? Everyone's back together. It's still shit. So who knows? It was a funny show though.
Wasn't that show a comedy?
Yeah, it was a comedy show.
Comedy's
very, very
dead in modern entertainment.
Like I said, it was very
I wouldn't get high expectations for it. It'd be like remaking American Pie.
Oh my God! Could you imagine if they? Oh, that'd be the worst.
When he fucks the pie, you'd probably get a speech about how he's accepted and this is okay. Like
they did make American Pie. There's a female version of it on Netflix.
And it's probably trash.
What?
It's not that great.
They made an American Pie remake on Netflix?
Yeah, it's called American Pie Girls Rule, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
What's
that
the
can't be
equivalent to the American Pie scene? Does she have sex with
Yeah,
like
I
a
was
banana?
right. Yeah. The whole. I've actually watched the movie. It's basically all of them want to get laid. That's basically it. And then she ends up dating this one guy, and she's like, "Yeah, I like you," and they get fucked. The end. Yeah, I've seen it. It's not that great.
Here's the thing, though. Like, the pie is meant to represent a vagina. So how does
Maybe
that work?
American banana.
Right. That's right. American eggplant. I don't know, just whatever. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I got this pulled up over here. They did make an American Pie Girls Rule straight to DVD back in 2020, and now you said it's on Netflix. So there you go.
Yeah, I think it's always been on Netflix. It's just not very good. It's basically a bunch of. It's funny. It's basically a bunch of high school girls acting like they're in college and just sleeping around. I was like, damn. Everyone gets around.
Oh, that body acceptance right there. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, back to the original thing, Blue Mountain State. Like, I love that Flash is just like, yeah, it's gonna suck.
But I bet you probably will. But it's just nice to see them back together. They were funny.
Has anybody seen Denise Richards lately? Have we seen her? Is she still looking good? That's her.
That's Denise Richards. I didn't know her name.
Dude, how do you not know Denise Richards?
I know Thad. Yeah.
What?
The dude right there, who? Thad. That's Thad.
Labs?
What?
Oh, okay.
Are you all right there?
Denise, let's just do a quick. Yeah, I'm great. Denise Richards today. She looks like an older version of Denise Richards.
Wasn't she married to Charlie
This
Sheen?
is not the best. I think so. This is not the best picture of her. There we go. She has
She looks all right for her age.
Yeah, how are they gonna do this though? Everyone's like 20 years older.
Well, yeah.
Are they gonna be the ones teaching the kids in college now? Like, what's going on here?
Be like Saved by the Bell, the new class. Yeah, I agree.
Like she looks fine to me.
Yeah, like we all at a certain point we all get look a little older, you know. Deal with it.
She's aging better than what's her face from Jackie Chan or not Jackie Brown. What was her name?
Tell you, she's aging better than Jade King over at the Gamer. I'm just saying, just a little bit better. Oh my God. All right, let's go to one last story here. When I'm sure we could talk about Denise Richards all day long. My God. But I saw this today. I like this website called Time Extension. Flash, you familiar with timeextension.com?
I am not.
It's kind of a retro inspired website, but there was a first print of the Legend of Zelda. Apparently is like super rare for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And this guy listed it on eBay for $17,000. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, that's a lot. Well, it sold immediately. And then this guy, he's 22-year-old. He's a 22-year-old Californian whose family bought the copy for $30 back in 1987. And he put it for a buy it now price on eBay for 17 grand, sold within minutes. And then he was inundated with offers post sale. And he said he had a guy offer down to pay him $30,000 in cash. The reason why is that the last time a copy like this sold at auction, it fetched $705,000.
What?
Because I don't get it. I don't understand it.
It's a graded copy too. I looked at the sheet you guys sent me for the show, and I thought that I think it's Watu graded.
Yeah.
The problem with them is they've been busted pulling some shit. There was a big controversy over this not that long ago because they were grading reproductions as originals and getting fooled by it. And there's a lot of them floating around. They're not consistent. I don't like graded gaming. I think it inflates the prices, makes them way too expensive.
That's just insane. $705,000. Is that what it said?
$705,000. Yep.
No way. That's crazy. There are things that are, like, in my opinion, more valuable that people have bought that was way less. Like things on the Star Wars set that I think is probably more well known have sold for less things than that.
Zelda's very iconic game, though. Game series.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. This auction did happen 2 days ago. It happened online. And while and this is a great example of kind of the retro gaming bubble bursting a little bit. The last one sold for $705,000. This one only sold for $260,000.
Holy.
So only. So, but anyways,
What a drop.
I mean, what a yeah. But at the same time, like, hey, man, that was sitting in there, sealed, just sitting in box for the better part of 30 years, and that's a pretty good ROI when it comes to having those games laying around. So good for that person, good for their family. They'll be able to last about 2 months in California with that money. Looking for that. Good for them.
I think it's cool that a game in the Saran wrap still exists. Like, imagine buying that and just holding on to it back then.
Yeah, you wonder how that happened. Like, why did somebody just like, well, I'm just not even going to open this. I'm just going to put it in the corner, and it still had the price tag on it and everything, which was pretty crazy. From KB Toys or wherever they bought it. Mercenary came in, says, I will still buy Nintendo.
I love KB Toys. That place was the bomb when I was a kid, and then they don't even exist anymore. But KB Toys was awesome. I found a hermit crab at KB Toys. I kept it.
Dude, you could buy hermit crabs at KB Toys.
No, you actually couldn't. I found one in it, and I kept it.
No. You could buy hermit crabs at KB Toys.
Really? Because
yes.
The KB Toys that I was at was like at a mall. And like, you know how like there were stands in the middle of the mall, and like one of them was selling hermit crabs, and somebody bought one and like let it go or something like that. But either way, I found it on the floor, and my mom was on the cash register lady, and she's like, "Do you sell hermit crabs?" And the lady freaked out, was like, "Oh my god, no!" And so mom's like, "All right, it's yours now." So I got it. It was yellow, had like a little yellow shell, so I named them Yellow Mellow. Yep. He lived for a couple of years.
I just miss stores like that in general, like Toys R Us. Unless you live in Canada, Toys R Us does not exist.
Wow.
Shut up,
You should go to a Macy's.
I got a hermit crab for free at KB Toys. It was a banger.
I really wanted to use this one, but I'm not going to do it.
Shut up, bitch!
Because I don't want to call you of that, and I refuse to. You can only use that on me, but I can say I'd like to use that one, but I won't use that one.
No, I'll make your life hell. You know that, so.
All right. Hey, Mercenary says, I will still buy Nintendo because they still have physical media, as long as they have physical media. Otherwise, it's a no sale for me. But after watching Ross's gaming dungeon, it turns out U.S. law says we don't own any video games. It is shocking to know.
I don't think Sony is going to get rid of physical copies anytime soon. Xbox is doing it because they put so much of their stock in the Game Pass. So, I mean, everything comes out that they make on Game Pass. If you have that, and I mean, at this point, if you have an Xbox, I mean, there's no reason, like, you probably have it anyway.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. I think that's where we're at. I think we're good. Blabs, you got any more fascinating stories for us before we wrap up about crabs?
Now she's
muted. She's doing ASL.
No, I said I went and got more hermit crabs from my mellow yellow one. And
so they
I
can
had
have
a whole
friends.
bunch of hermit crabs. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of them when I was a kid. Oh, they were so much fun. I took really good care of them. Had like the heating and everything, the sand.
What do you think of that, Jay?
You're just jealous.
Jay, what are your thoughts?
I had a good time.
Not a whole lot to say there. Well, that's great. Hey, Blabs, thanks for your stories today.
You're welcome.
All right, we need everybody to go subscribe to the Yellow Flash 2 YouTube channel. He's got several videos going up today, already recorded, ready to go for you guys. Go check out Yellow Flash and, of course, the Flashcast. We, most importantly, need you guys to go check out Possessions. Once again, the sponsor of today's episode. We need you guys to go check them out. Brand new indie game that is having a play test this weekend. The link is in the description. Also, don't forget 30% off. 30% off. For the next 24 hours. The link is all in the description down there. Please go check it out. Please go support them. They support us, so please support them. And once again, they're the first ones out the gate to take the risk of supporting a show like this. So go check out Possessions over on Steam right now with the free playtest this weekend. Link down below. Flash, you got anything before we roll out?
Buy Possession.
Yeah, go buy Possessions. Let's go. Love that. All right, Blad's got anything?
Follow me on Kick because I'm going to play Helldivers 2 tonight, finally.
Ooh,
Sounds good.
I have that game.
Ooh, you guys should play together. That'd be fun.
You want to play with me sometime, Flash?
Yeah. Raging Rhino and me were talking about playing that game already.
Rhino was texting us too. Yep,
All right.
We'll get a game going. It'll be fun.
You can find me over on the Side Scrollers Plays YouTube channel in a little bit. I'll be playing Donkey Kong Country 2 as I continue my quest through that game. I nearly got to a next level before I got pushed back, which was some very smart usage of donations.
How are you feeling about that game compared to the first one?
It's drastically more difficult.
Yes.
And but it's fun. It's really, really fun. I am enjoying it.
I love that game. That's my favorite Donkey Kong game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to digging into it today. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for your support today.
No, I have memes. I just discovered
memes. Okay, let's go to memes.
Just discovered this. Okay.
Okay.
We got this one. Denise Richards, 2044.
Wow.
That's a bit fun. Not gonna lie. Hang on. There was another one right here.
God, that's mean. Ironically enough, oh yeah.
What the hell is that?
Ironically enough, on.
See? You done fucked up.
Well, I was just talking, it's ridiculous.
Hang on, we got one more right here. Boop. Go. White people.
What is that? Oh, they're just covering them all up?
Yeah, it's from Phineas and Ferb. And then we also have this one right here. Gotta damn them all! Pokemon.
CG Hero says, you missed my previous Rumble rant. Let me go back and see what we got. I don't like to miss Rumble rants. I don't like to do it. Oh, he says, yes. Glad to hear Flash covered the article I mentioned on Flashcast. The Final Fantasy VII Rebirth situation reminds me of Hogwarts Legacy. The game may be okay, but we'll have plenty of modern baggage to go with it. Hey, thank you so much. Sorry I missed that. Do my best to keep an eye on all the Rumble rants over there. Somebody was asking about your Rumble. Are you still doing the Rumble stuff, Flash?
I put Flashcast on there every Monday. The other videos that I was putting on there, I don't know. It seems like they're not putting them on the front page. So I don't know. If they're not going to promote it, what's the point?
Just to get it out there. I don't know. But
I can't.
Rumble's
so with Rumble, like Odyssey and BitChute, when I upload my stuff, it just all goes over there.
Stinks. Yeah.
With Rumble, I have to do everything manually, and it just takes a lot of time that I don't necessarily have.
I hear that. All right, guys, thanks so much for popping in today. We'll hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Go check out Possessions. Once again, we'll push that one more time because they've been good to us, and we need you guys to be good to them. Have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys later. Have a great day.